What's going on, collectives? Welcome back to my channel. Tap in with G-O. It is I, G-I-O. Ready to go with this tarot flow for the fire people. Aries, Leo, and Sagittarius. Don't mind the intro. I'm up, having a good day. Hope you guys are too. But we're gonna get started. So fire signs. Your card, well, from the Oracle deck, Keepers of the Light, your first card that popped out was Archangel Michael. Trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concern and allow a miracle to happen. There's something about wings. There's something about wings. Angels and wings. Because after this card had fell out, I really kind of was just ruminating and meditating a little bit. And I'm looking outside the window and I'm seeing in a far distance in the trees, I think it was maybe 5 to 7 butterflies just floating and flying amongst the trees. And as I was shuffling my decks, the Temperance Angel fell out. And she kind of fell out twice, I believe. So I'm not sure how wings is significant for you guys. Angels, maybe even butterflies. I don't know. But as of right now, that is all I know. You will know as I know. Maybe you guys are kind of over-exaggerating about something, or maybe not over-exaggerating, just overthinking, overdoing. Things are kind of looking up. They're kind of looking good for you guys. I mean, at the bottom of the deck is infinite abundance. And if I'm correct, I believe last week was Aries. You guys are getting something like a new opportunity. Doors are opening for you guys. Leos, you had a whole bunch of aces. So that's good. And Sagittarius, I do believe you guys were overcoming something very, very painful, something that was really getting to you guys, but you had completion. So a test was passed, you passed the test, flying colors. And so now I guess each and every one of you guys are kind of in a new field, a new environment, a new energy that you've never been before, that you haven't been before in a long time. So it's almost kind of you're overthinking and overdoing, looking left and right and just really kind of anxious. But it's okay. Just look up for a minute. You'll see butterflies, you'll get the inspiration, you'll get whatever it is that you need to get. And funny enough, as I said, look up, I'm looking up at my windows and 2 bugs with wings just flew by. So I wish I had the camera or a camera facing at the window. And the third one just passed. I don't know, wings, bugs maybe, angels for sure. But just look up. Try not to worry, try not to overdo, try not to overthink. Allow a miracle to happen. Because why? Your angels are standing close. Angels are standing close. And if some of you do not believe in angels, then universe stand close. Whatever it is, the good powers, God source, energy, are ready to help you. You just have to just breathe and let go for a second. And a lot of the times what we don't understand too is like, well, we're overthinking and we're overdoing, and we just are like, we're holding on to something. Just let that something go for a second. That's all it is. Just let it go for a second. Just don't think about it for a split 10 seconds. And things will start moving. Like, I don't know how to explain it. You just have to experience it for yourself. When you don't think about it, boom. When you start talking about it, boom. When you just let yourself be, boom. So I don't know. But let's, we're gonna start with, so how I'm gonna do this is pretty much one for Aries, one for Leo, one for Sag. Three cards for like clarification, explanation, and then we'll see how we move on from there. And it's not specifically for what I say over here in Aries. Sag, you might pick it up on it too, or vice versa, or Leos. So it's not really specifically for one sign. It's not really specifically for just fire signs, but this is the main energy that I'm picking up on right now, or I'm going to be picking up on. Let go. Ha! Here she goes again. So Aries, you have Temperance. Leos, you have Letting Go, 8 of Cups. And Sag, you have 4 of Wands. So, Aries, you're needing to conduct yourself a little bit more calmer. For some reason, you're just being asked to just chill out and breathe. It's not that you're... Some of you might just, like I said, be overthinking and overdoing. Just be more calm. Be more centered. Or it could just be balancing every single thing that you have going on around you. If this is kind of like a continuation from your last week's reading that I did, there are a lot of things flying by you. There are a lot of things that you are going into or coming out of. There's just a lot in your life right now. And you're almost kind of like, you're being asked to just not chill out, but just center. If you're doing X, Y, and Z, and you have that 2 minutes to just pause, utilize those 2 minutes. Leo, you have to leave something behind, Leos. What is it? Now, for Leos, there is a slight, the same thing with Aries. There is a slight bit of leaving something, a continuation from last week's. There is a sense of leaving something behind, but I remember saying that what has happened, what has transpired with you Leos is kind of like, it doesn't mean anything anymore, because looking ahead was actually way more, what was coming towards you was like bombardment of everything that was good. So that's what we kind of like had spoke on, just leaving it behind, like not even thinking about it, just but I'm not quite sure if this is like a continuation or maybe this is something different, but it is letting go. You're not dealing with it anymore. Sag, you have the Four of Wands. Now, this is another energy for you guys. This has nothing to do with your last week's reading. And by the way, this isn't kind of like being anything from previous readings. It just has more of an energy of that. And that's kind of been happening a little bit lately. So I'm not really sure what's that about, but yeah. But your energy side this is different. Home life is looking decent, is looking good. I'm not really getting anything after that though. Back on top is what I just heard. I would like to point out that whenever, you know, like the Four of Wands or the Lovers or Two of Cups fall out, I never really truly go towards that section of like romance, because the cards have multiple meanings, and for me, I never really pick up on anything romantic, and I'm not picking it up on here. But there is like that one little slight bit of, it's very slight, but it is speaking on home life and being back on top. So whatever that could mean to you, Sag, cool. Temperance. You have the King of Cups, Two of Swords, and the Seven of Swords. That's what I was saying. When you have when you have that 2 minutes to be to yourself, Aries, you look up, talk to your angels. You are safe, by the way, okay? Because within that time, you're kind of like being to yourself and together. It's almost kind of like, you know, being in, my examples kind of suck a little bit, but being in like a, you know, a race or whatever. Let's just say NASCAR, right? Making that left turn, making that left turn, making that left turn. But then when you go to the pits to change your tires and check your car or whatever, that's your little time to break. And then when you know, are looking up, when you're being with yourself, you're kind of seeing who around you or who in the other cars are trying to mess you up. It may not be with intent, but it is happening out there. So when you're moving around so much, when you have so much things going on in your life, when you're doing so much things, shady things can happen, whether with intentions or just accidentally. But, you know, it is it will have an effect on you, okay? The King of Cups is speaking on you taking that emotional time for yourself. Is you, when you feel like you need to, when you feel like you want to, when you have that feeling of like, okay, you know what? Let me go sit my ass down somewhere. Yes, do so. Chill out. Because right then and there, you just made a decent decision for yourself. And also, you will be able to be seeing what's going on around you. Because when you're going, you're not privy to anything that's going on. So you're just moving and moving and moving, not realizing there's a big boulder coming up behind you. It's gonna, knock you over. But if you would have just took that time, just once you feel it, do it. Because the thing about feelings, and the thing that you probably don't know, is there's an energy, there's a not so good energy that's around. But all of a sudden, yourself is telling yourself to do something, and you have to listen to yourself when it tells you to do something. So if there's a Seven of Swords that's around you, intentionally or accidentally, and it's around and it's going to mess you up, or it's in your vicinity, you being in King of Cups mode, you being in Temperance mode, is you are energetically tapped in, emotionally tapped into something that's bigger. This energy is around, you're picking up on it, you're telling yourself, hey, chill out. Let's go sit down for 2 minutes. Trusting heaven. It can even be heaven. Let's not even say anything about you tapping in or being emotional. Your angels, heaven is moving you. If heavens will make you tired all of a sudden. Spirits and angels will make you tired all of a sudden for no reason. When you sit down, all of a sudden you see that boulder that was 10 feet behind you. It's just a sense of just needing to bounce back whenever you feel the need to. Don't constantly keep it going. Because you need that energy you need to continue building that energy up. You let it go and then you bring it back, you build it. Temperance angel is just someone who has mastery over their whole kind of existence, their whole lives. And whatever you do it with grace. You do it with just poise. Now, this isn't to say that there is like Seven of Swords energy like around you too much. It's just more so to say, learn to listen to yourself more. When you need that time, take that time. It's almost the same thing as like, God forbid, of course, if you had left the house that 2 minutes earlier that you was trying to leave the house, and you didn't leave the house in that 2 minutes earlier, because why? You spilled coffee on yourself. Or why? You just probably had to go use the restroom. That just shaved off, and now you just got saved. Angels just saved you. Heavens just saved you. You being tapped in with yourself and emotionally, you just saved yourself because you listened to yourself. All of a sudden, you have to use a bathroom when you never, all of a sudden, you just spilled coffee on yourself when you have never. When all of a sudden something has stopped you, or all of a sudden you got tired, yeah. So it's just more so pay attention to self. Allow yourself to listen to self. Is what I'm trying to get at. Leo. What's for you, Leos? We got the Two of Cups. Page of Cups. And the Three of Cups. Okay. You're leaving behind things that are not really. So you're the second sign that has something to do with emotions, feelings. Whatever it was that you were in, maybe whatever Two of Cups dynamic, relationship, partnership, friendship, it wasn't feeding you anything that was really, it was very fun. It was very, you come together, you have good laughs, good eats, good banter, whatever the case was. It was joyous, it was fun, you actually looked forward to it. But all of those 8 cups that you're leaving behind are Page of Cups activities. They're just 8 of Cups activities. I mean, Page of Cups. Did I say Ace of Cups before? All of those 8 of Cups are Page of Cups activities. Hee ha ha, kikiing, you know what I'm saying, every single day. But it's never fulfilling. It's never anything. Well, it's never anything that could resemble anything King of Cups, really. You're not seeing the value that you've once seen before. I mean, I guess it really never really had value being Page of Cups. I mean, you're only wanting to be around them, or they only want you to be around them because you are that person who is fiery, who is loud, who is just boastful. Compared to you are the playful child, Leos. You like to have fun, understandably. You just like to have fun. You just like to be around good people. You like to be around people who show love, who have love. But in this case, whatever dynamic this was, it's like you're starting to see, you're starting to open your eyes, the veil is lifting. There never really was anything fun here. It was almost kind of like they were using your energy, really. Oh, let's invite Leos because Leos is X, Y, and Z. And so you made that, you made the slow environment, you made that slow dynamic, you made the blah into something of, who you are. Extravagant, flamboyant in a good way. You made it loud, you made it pop. Everybody liked being around you because you were the one. You are the life of the party. Two of Cups, Three of Cups. Intimate 2 in dynamic, or, 3. But it was all Page of Cups type of situation. They were using more of you than you had anything to be able to get from them. I mean, you did get fun and laughter. But I guess you started to see how and if it wasn't you being used, it was just you've outgrown it. You've just outgrown it. When you're leaving it behind, is because it's when you've outgrown it and you have no use for it anymore, or it's not meant for you anymore. But in this case, I'm feeling more of you outgrowing something. You're needing to just go and do your own thing. Maybe your concern was whether you should be in this situation, in this dynamic or not. It's not doing anything for you, really, Leos. I mean, you don't laugh the same. You don't banter the same. Y'all don't go out to, the restaurants that y'all used to. Like, everything was fun in the beginning, just like, any relationship, really. But, over the times, it dies down. And if nothing is really igniting you, then you're just blah the whole time. To where it's like, okay, you don't even want to go anymore. You don't even want to be around these people because they're flat. And or taking some of your energy because you're lit. And when you're lit, you're going to try to go lit them up. You become flat just as them. Sagittarius. What's for you? The Hierophant. And by the way, the Hierophant had popped his head out once too during that early shuffle. So, and he has wings as well. Are those wings? Yeah, they're wings. He has wings as well. So, definitely something about wings, fire signs. If you know, you know. Ace of Pentacles, Sag. Got the Hierophant, Ace of Pentacles, and then, ooh, Three of Swords. So, off bat, immediately is just, you will be replaced. You will be replenished. You will be rewarded. So, the Hierophant being, well, really at this precise moment, the Hierophant for me is speaking of it being an angel as well. My original definition for Hierophant is kind of like the Pope, obviously, but I remember, I don't know which reading it was, I remember saying that the High Priestess is someone who lives in the spiritual but brings themselves down on the physical. It might sound backwards, but that's really my definition for it. And then the Hierophant is someone who is in the physical and is able to be in the spiritual. Because in the original, let me quickly go find it. That was different for everyone. Everyone has different definitions and different meanings. But as long as you understand what it is first, if I can find it. Where it at? Okay. Maybe not. So, in the original one, this is a man who is in the physical, who is able to talk to God. He's a pope. A pope is able to talk to God or get in messages or information to God, and he's displaying it to the people. Whereas the High Priestess was someone who is in the spiritual and touches down and is very not mystical, is very mysterious. You know she knows, but she's not revealing unless she needs to reveal. I say all that to say this. Because this particular card has wings, this Hierophant has wings, this is kind of like angels really, spirit really bringing you or sending you someone or sending you some type, because I did say that things are looking up. Your home life was good, your home life was decent, so things are going to start being stable for you, Sag. And with the Three of Swords here, this is some kind of reward that you're getting, so maybe it is having to do with relationship, romantic. I did say it was a slight, so maybe this is the slight right here. So you are being granted a reward for sure. You're just being you're being provided something. Something will be provided to you, Sag. Home life, romance life. Or it could just be stable, being stable within yourself, really, truthfully. Take it how it resonates. Either is home, romance, or stable within yourself. Because with the Hierophant, you know, you're being taken care of. Angels are taking care of you. You're taking care of yourself. Or it could be home or romance. That's really what it is. But it is a reward for sure. It is being granted something because of something. Let me get a I guess kind of like a final result or like a final message for each. That's the final message for each sign. So Aries, your final message will be the Tower. Leo, your final message will be Nine of Pentacles. And Sag, your final message is Ace of Cups. Aries, pay attention around you so you don't have to find yourself being in very, very, very unstable groundings, foundations. Pay attention to you so that you can pay attention to everything around you. Leos, you are meant for greatness. You are meant for things that are popping in your life. You are meant for good, decent people, individuals. Stop providing that litness for others. You be lit for yourself. Sag. I don't know, man. You got Ace of Cups, Ace of Pentacles. It's funny because when I do come to Sag, it varies. It really does have like, it could be one of the three. But overall, there is a smile on your face. Overall, there is a sense of waking up in the morning and not really worrying about things, not really worrying about too much. It's almost like this very, very zen quality about you. I'm almost getting if somebody was to cut you off or someone was to kind of like really just, I don't know, curse you out or say something very rude or nasty, you don't blink. You don't react. You don't even think about it. You're so much like dealing with your own you, not being in your own head, you're just dealing with you, that it doesn't faze you, it doesn't bother you, whatever someone does or says. You're just very zen, you're just very cool. You're just cool. All right, guys. I think that was a message for the fire signs. Yeah. If that resonated at all, go ahead, like, share, subscribe if you feel compelled to. But other than that, I see you beautiful peoples on the next one. Peace.